All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I am Tanvi Taneja. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address sessions on environment, climate, oceans and digital transformation at G7 summit in Biarrtiz, France. Holds bilateral meetings with his British counterpart Boris Johnson and UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres. G7 leaders vow to help Brazil fight Amazon forest fires and repair damage in the region. Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satya Malik says there is no shortage of any medicines and essential commodities in the state. India's golden girl, PV Sindhu, lauded by President, Vice President and Prime Minister for creating history at the World Badminton Championships. And in cricket, India win first test against West Indies by a huge margin of 318 runs in Antigua. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend the G7 summit in France today. Mr. Modi will address sessions on environment, climate, oceans and digital transformation at the G7 summit in Biarrtiz. Although India is not a member of the G7 group, Mr. Modi will attend the G7 summit as a special guest, as he has been personally invited by French President Emmanuel Macron. The External Affairs Ministry has said that the invitation is a reflection of the personal chemistry between the two leaders and also recognition of India as a major economic power. A report.
India is one of the few countries who was extended a special invitation to participate in the G7 summit at Biarritz. World leaders in the summit aim to provide a common platform for various issues, including climate change, terrorism, inequalities and trade amidst changing scenario in world trade and blocs. The highlight of the summit is that newly invited countries will have a definite determination to work for the furtherment of peace and stability in the region and also in boosting world economy. With Sushil Chandra Tiwari, Joy, AR News, Biarritz, France.
The Prime Minister arrived in Biarritz from Manama yesterday after concluding his three-nation tour to France, the UAE and Bahrain. The countries which are part of the G7 include the UK, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan and the US. On the sidelines of the G7 summit, Mr. Modi held meetings with his British counterpart Boris Johnson and United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres. During his meeting with his British counterpart, Mr. Modi discussed ways to strengthen bilateral cooperation in areas like trade, investment, defence and education. This is the first meeting between the two leaders after Mr. Johnson became the Prime Minister last month. During a telephone call last week, Mr. Johnson told Mr. Modi that Kashmir remains a bilateral matter between India and Pakistan as far as the UK's view is concerned. In a tweet, the Prime Minister's office said, Mr. Modi and UN Secretary-General held fruitful discussions on a wide range of issues of mutual interest. External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Ravish Kumar said the two leaders exchanged their views on India's participation at the Climate Action Summit at the UN and other issues of mutual interest. The G7 leaders have vowed to help Brazil fight Amazon forest fires and repair damage in the region. French President Emmanuel Macron said the summit leaders are nearing an agreement on how to support Brazil. He said the agreement will involve both technical and financial mechanisms so that G7 nations can help them in the most effective way possible. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said her country and others will talk with Brazil about reforestation in the Amazon once fires there are extinguished. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro tweeted that he spoke on phone with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who said Israel will send a specialized plane to help in the firefighting operation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Bahrain was significant as it was the first visit of any Indian Prime Minister to the country. India and Bahrain have pledged to take a new journey by boosting ties and complementing each other in various fields. More from our correspondent.
During the two-day visit, both the nations reviewed deep-rooted historic relations of friendship which binds the Kingdom of Bahrain and India. Bahrain and India stress on efforts to expand joint cooperation in vital sectors, benefit from expertise and investment opportunities and potential in both countries. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was also honored with the King Hamad Order of Renaissance. India and Bahrain agreed to work together in the field of space technology, renewable energy, culture and also to enhance economic activities on both sides. Sanjeev Sundariyal, AIR News, Bahrain.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satya Malik has said that there is no shortage of medicines and essential commodities in the state. Speaking to media in New Delhi, Mr. Malik said enough stocks are available for people to buy.
कोई शॉर्टेज नहीं है कश्मीर में. There is no shortage in Kashmir. In Eid, we had delivered eggs, meat and vegetables to people's doorstep. There was no issue. Our government's attitude is that there should be no loss of life. कि एक भी जान का नुकसान ना हो.
The governor was in the national capital to pay his last respects to former Union Finance Minister and BJP leader Arun Jaitley. Mr. Malik said curbs on communication helped save many lives in the state. He said no life has been lost in the state due to any violence in the last 10 days after the abrogation of the special status given to Jammu and Kashmir and its division into two union territories. Home Minister Amit Shah will hold a review meeting in New Delhi today on Naxal operations and development initiatives being undertaken in left-wing extremism-affected areas. Chief ministers or their representatives and top police and civil officials of 10 Naxal violence-affected states are expected to attend the meeting. These include Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. The Supreme Court will hear today the petitions filed by Congress leader P. Chidambaram challenging the Delhi High Court order rejecting his anticipatory bail pleas in INX Media corruption case. The CBI and Enforcement Directorate ED are probing the matter. A special anti-corruption court on the 22nd of this month sent Chidambaram to CBI's custody till today for interrogation. On Friday, Chidambaram had also filed a new petition against the trial court's orders permitting the CBI to interrogate him in custody and issuance of non-bailable warrant against him on August 21st. Chidambaram will also be produced before the court today after the end of his CBI custody. The Central Vigilance Commission, CVC, has constituted the Advisory Board for Banking Frauds, ABBF, to examine bank fraud of over 50 crore rupees and recommend action. The panel in its previous avatar was called the Advisory Board on Bank, Commercial and Financial Frauds. The ABBF, headed by former Vigilance Commissioner T.M. Bhasin, has been formed in consultation with the RBI, and it will function as the first level of examination of all large fraud cases before recommendations or references are made to the investigative agencies by the respective public sector banks. Indian Air Force Chief B.S. Dhanoa will embark on a 3-day visit to Thailand beginning today to give an impetus towards growing defence cooperation between the two countries. During his visit, the Air Chief Marshal will attend the 2019 Indo-Pacific Chiefs of Defence Conference in Bangkok. The Chiefs of Defence of more than 33 countries are scheduled to attend the conference, which will provide perspectives on common challenges faced by attending nations and elicit open discussions on the same. In badminton, ace shuttler PV Sindhu has become the first Indian to win the BWF World Championships. She defeated Japan's Nozomi Okuhara 21-7, 21-7 in just 36 minutes in a one-sided final at Basel in Switzerland last night. Sindhu's gold is the second medal that India won at the BWF World Championships this year, with Sai Praneeth winning a bronze in men's singles category. Speaking after the historical win, PV Sindhu expressed happiness at her victory and said it was her mother's birthday yesterday and the win was a gift to her.
Definitely a great moment for me, and I'm really very happy because I really wanted this win. Everybody expected a lot. Definitely a proud moment being an Indian, and also out there in the country, I think a lot of people seeing my match there. I'm really very thankful to them because their prayers, their blessings always helped me. And when the national anthem was there, national flag flying high, it is definitely a very proud moment for me being an Indian.
President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have congratulated ace shuttler PV Sindhu for winning the championships. In a tweet, the President said, Sindhu's magic on the court and her perseverance inspires millions of people. Mr. Venkaiah Naidu said, the entire nation is proud of her stupendous achievement. In his message, the Prime Minister said, the passion and dedication with which she has pursued badminton is inspiring. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh described Sindhu as an exceptional player. Union Home Minister Amit Shah said she has made the entire nation proud with her incredible achievement. Union Sports and Youth Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju has said that Sindhu has created history by winning a gold medal. Echoing similar sentiments, Congress President Sonia Gandhi said the Olympic silver medalist has made the nation proud. The country's sporting fraternity, led by cricket icon Sachin Tendulkar, hailed Sindhu's victory, saying her feat has made India proud. On to cricket. India beat West Indies by a massive 318-run margin in the first cricket test at North Sound in Antigua last night. With this win, India have taken a 1-0 lead in the two-match series. Chasing a stiff target of 419 runs, West Indies were all out for just 100 in 26.5 overs in their second innings on the fourth day. Indian seamer Jasprit Bumrah took 5 second-inning wickets for just 7 runs. Earlier, India declared their second innings at 343 for 7, setting the West Indies a 419-run target to win the test. Ajinkya Rahane scored 102 and was adjudged man of the match. Saudi Arabia intercepted 6 missiles fired by Yemeni rebels at the southern city of Jizan yesterday as the insurgents escalate cross-border attacks. The missiles fired by the Iran-aligned Houthis targeted civilians in Jizan. No damage or casualties were reported. Media reports said the Houthis launched 10 Badr-1 ballistic missiles targeting military aircraft and Apache helicopters in Jizan airport and nearby military sites. In Hong Kong, police fired guns and used water cannon on protesters yesterday. The police officers were pictured pointing guns as they were chased by crowds wielding poles. This was the first time a live round had been used since demonstrations broke out in June. Images showed several other officers also pointing guns at protesters who were chasing them with sticks and poles. Demonstrations were sparked by an extradition bill but have since morphed into broader anti-government protests. The News Services Division of All India Radio, in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak, will bring you a discussion tonight on awareness about Motor Vehicle Act and FASTag. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. And now, for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Abhishek Kumar.
Thank you, Tanvi. PV Sindhu becoming the first Indian to win the BWF World Championships, former Finance Minister Arun Jaitley's cremation in the capital, and the G7 summit underway in France are the top stories in newspapers this morning. Golden Basil, she is world champion, headlines the Indian Express. Sindhu's victory puts India on top of world, writes the Times of India. Jaitley consigned to flames, cremated with full state honours, leads the pioneer. Long live Jaitley, rents the air, writes the Asian Age. Modi meets Johnson at G7, key meet with Trump today, headlines the Hindustan Times. Referring to the India-Bahrain joint statement issued after PM's visit to Bahrain, the pioneer writes, in a snub to Pakistan, Bahrain condemns terror as foreign policy. And finally, the Times of India reports many marine species like the colourful tropical fish are swimming away from equator towards the poles as the water warms. Well, another warning for global warming. And with that, it's back to you, Tanvi.
Thank you, Abhishek. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address sessions on environment, climate, oceans and digital transformation at G7 summit in Biarrtiz, France. Holds bilateral meetings with his British counterpart Boris Johnson and UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres. G7 leaders vow to help Brazil fight Amazon forest fires and repair damage in the region. Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satya Malik says there is no shortage of any medicines and essential commodities in the state. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.